Oh look, first time I get to review one of these. So the Disney live-action remakes tend to suck. There are a few exceptions, but the 2019 Lion King sure ain't one of them. Yes, it made a ton of money, but I maintain it's a lifeless project wearing the face of an all-time classic. And now we have its prequel with Mufasa. Its director is already putting the kibosh on doing any more of these, its star is moving on to much bigger projects, and it's losing its opening weekend, at least critically, to Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Overall, it manages to be both better than the 2019 film and also powerfully boring. And that comes from someone who was raised on the original and didn't even mind the straight-to-DVD sequels. Our story centers around Mufasa's upbringing. We first see him as a young cub who gets separated from his parents, after which he gets adopted by a new pride and grows up alongside Scar back when he was just known as Taka. Then after a time skip, he leads a quest to find what will eventually be known as the Pride Lands, picking up familiar faces like Sarabi, Zazu, and Rafiki along the way. All the while, he's being hunted by a group of vicious white lions, led by Mads Mikkelsen, and the whole thing gets periodically interrupted by a framing device involving Rafiki, Kiara, Timon, and Pumbaa. Admittedly, I thought the story started off on a high note. I appreciated Mufasa's journey wasn't just a carbon copy of Simba's, and the villain gets to be legitimately menacing. It's once we get to the second half where things start to fall apart, as the movie tries to cram in as much franchise lore as possible. It ranges from how certain characters met, to how Mufasa eventually rose to power, all the way down to why Pride Rock is shaped the way it is. It really is Prequelitis at its absolute worst. And you would think Taka's tragic fall from grace as kind of the Anakin Skywalker of the movie would be a big focal point, but it's weirdly not. Most of his character flaws are laid at the feet of his father being kind of a bastard, his heel turn has virtually nothing to do with Mufasa becoming king, and even getting his signature scar feels less like some inevitable tragedy and more like the film crossing a note off a checklist. Even the performance feels rushed. Kelvin Harrison Jr. spends most of the movie giving Taka a unique delivery, but in the final 30 minutes, it quickly devolves into a Jeremy Irons impression, and not a very good one. The music is fine for what it is. Lin-Manuel's fingerprints are all over the songs, but it's by no means his A material. And the only times I perked up were whenever snippets of Hans Zimmer's original score were sprinkled in. One area where there's noticeable improvement is with the CGI, allowing the animals to be more expressive during the musical numbers. None of it hits the same stratosphere as the original, but it beats this. Look, if you've got kids, I say take them to Sonic instead of this. You'll both have a better time. And if you're just itching to go to the movies, I'd say just wait a couple of days. There's much better stuff dropping at Christmas. There were plenty of talented people involved in this one, but none of it amounted to much. Thanks for watching.